Be Rich, once again, man.
Once again, my friend.
Hey, man, you know, I feel so good about what we're doing because not only do we get to do something we love, we get to meet a lot of the people that we've had the pleasure of listening to over the years, other athletes that we've seen play, personalities that are in the media that we've listened to that critique the way that athletes play. And, man, it's just been really cool, you know what I mean, just all aspects of it. And today, it's just like any other great day where we have a guest in, man.
Man, I'm excited about this one, man.
Oh, you really are?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you say you've been listening for years on top of years that you've been a fan.
I mean, when I was a pharmaceutical rep and I was riding around the state of Georgia, going from Athens to Winder to Gainesville.
So when you was selling drugs, right?
I was selling drugs legally. I was legally selling Claritin.
Okay.
I was selling Nasonex, Banseril, and Lunesta.
Okay.
Sleep drug.
Okay.
And I used to go and that's all I could do is just ride around and listen. And so 790, man, I became a big fan. And who we got?
Hey, man. So today we bring to you one of the fathers and founding fathers, man, of sports talk radio
in Atlanta,
in the city of Atlanta, who has been a part of all the big sports moments here in the city of Atlanta, especially from a sports talk aspect, man. Still going strong to this day on one of the largest stations in the state, definitely the largest station in the city of Atlanta. Has a great show, the Steakhouse. Also lets people know where they can get all the good eats and the good food at. And so, hey, with no further ado, that's what it said. No further ado. I should have said no further fondue since he's a foodie. You know what I mean?
I like that.
I just said no further fondue. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hey, man, but y'all give it up for the great Steak Shipiro. There we go.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Man,
great to see you. Beautiful setup here.
Man, thank you.
This is what it's about right here. Overlooking the great city of Atlanta.
Yes.
Giving me everything I could ever dream of in the world. Came here. Want to hear my first story of being in Atlanta, Georgia?
Go ahead. Let's do it.
So I grew up in Boston. I'm in my 20s, and I want to do sports talk radio.
Okay.
Now, trying to do sports radio in Boston out of the gate is like saying I want to be on Broadway my first job, right?
Yeah, because it was the big market.
Big market and sports is everything there, right?
Yes.
So nobody's getting on the air at 27 because nobody's leaving the air, right?
Yes.
So I started sending out old school cassette tapes and resume and cover letters, like old school. There's no, cell digital, all that. So I send to Milwaukee, I send to Tampa, I send to Atlanta, I send to Jack, anywhere it's a little smaller market to get on. So I get a note back or a phone call, like old school. Hey, we may have a job in Atlanta. You want to come down and audition, right? Try to be on the air. I never set foot in the city of Atlanta. Think about that. Not my whole life.
You never even been here?
Never even rolled through. I was in New Orleans. Went to school in New Orleans for Tulane. Never been to Atlanta. So they put me up at the Renaissance downtown. And I look outside. I was like, there's a lot of black people partying their ass off in that parking lot. They are getting after it.
Yeah.
There's cars. They're just music. It's like 12:15 a.m. my first night. I didn't know what Freaknik was, but my first night in town.
Your first night, you got introduced to Freaknik.
I was like, damn, this town likes to get after it. There's hundreds of people. I was like, there's a lot of black people in the city. And they party like this every night. There's cars, people jumping out of cars. Like, my first night ever, Freaknik, 1997 or something, right?
Hey, look, be honest. That's what got you.
Yeah, I was like,
got you.
Okay. I guess this town is next level. So imagine, you're coming from the Northeast and you don't know anything, and that's the first exposure is right in the middle of Freaknik, and I'm in downtown Atlanta. Anyway, that's when I said, okay, so I ended up getting the job. But imagine my first experience was these guys party hard, right?
So you were stuck in traffic, all that.
The whole dude, I was like right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Right outside my hotel room. There's these little mamas getting out of the car and just going crazy. They got music booming. And I'm just like, is it like this every night in Atlanta?
Oh, that's a crazy outlook on the city. The first time coming to Freaknik and your perception being, I know I would have been the same way.
I would have just said, I don't know if I can hang at this level. I don't know. I'm a nice little white Jewish boy from Boston.
Hey, look.
I don't know if I can handle what's going on right now.
But I mean, you had been in New Orleans though,
Yeah,
right?
no, I love New Orleans. I love the culture of the South. You know, so people in Boston are angry, and they got an edge. And that wasn't me. I love people. I love being around it. You know, when you're in the South and you get in an elevator and a pretty girl says, good morning or how are you, or a guy, what the hell's going on here? In the Northeast, nobody talks to each other.
Yeah.
Really?
There's there's such an edge. Why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
What do you need?
Yeah, what do you want?
You look straight ahead, and I just liked the South. Now everybody knows, right? Everybody in the Northeast is trying to come south, right?
Yeah.
Because of the weather and the ladies and, some cases the politics and everything. But, I always appreciated the energy, right? So Atlanta had a great combination of culture, but also friendlier people, right? So that's just something that I gravitated towards. I never thought I'd make my whole life here, own 2 companies here, be on the radio, longest running sports talk show host in the history of Atlanta. Never thought I'd start a food business or but you never. That's like you never know in life. If I had sent if I had sent it to Albuquerque instead of Atlanta, I'd be the king of New Mexico.
Know. Yeah.
I'd be New Mexico's hottest sports talk guy.
You'd be down there with Walter White. Oh yeah, love that show.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, love that show. Hey, well look.
All right, what's going on? There's a bunch of food here.
So yeah, that's what I was about to say. We knew you were coming in, man. So we had one of the great restaurants around the city, man. Big Back Cajun Cuisine, Cajun Kitchen. Bring us stuff, and so they
I don't
say
know what they got.
So look, they say when you eat really good, you end up with a big back. So Big Back has the taste that's gonna keep you coming back.
Okay.
Coming back to the plate again and again and again.
All right, can I have one of these and one more of these?
Go ahead, get you one more of those, and then
listen, it's Friday afternoon,
and then,
right?
then we're going.
Ooh, salmon bites, catfish, pasta, chicken pasta.
Let's see what we got going on right here. Oh, we got some more pasta right here.
Hey, what did you guys feel? What's the black influencer, the food guy that's so huge, caused all the controversy when he came through?
What's his name?
Now Keith
Lee.
Yeah, Keith Lee. Keith Lee.
Dude, that story blew up huge, right? Keith Lee is as big as it gets in food.
Yeah, he is. I mean,
he's got 10 million or so.
But what happened with Atlanta? I don't know.
So he came to Atlanta. His thing is to try to focus on local restaurants like this one, right? Mm-hmm. And they didn't do him right. He went to what's her name's restaurant? The Three Aunties.
Lady Gang. Old Lady Gang.
Old Lady Gang. Can't
he went there wrong time of day. The service was terrible. They didn't take care of him. He went to brunch, and he wanted to get someone to go. Like, he didn't understand that sometimes in Atlanta it's not about the food. It's about just like the scene.
Yeah. And
he didn't give a great review. And shit. Oh, dude, these are big shrimp.
I'm trying to tell you.
Dude, these are big shrimp.
Guaranteed to leave you with a big bag.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's strong. I hate small shrimp.
Yeah.
Seafood.
Yeah, say that for the fry, right?
People like scallops. They're like tiny.
This is amazing.
This is legit. Fried. You can tell, not overly fried, right? When they try to hide it with too much batter?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
These are big ass shrimp, right?
Big back shrimp. Big ass shrimp.
Big ass shrimp.
Man, that was good.
Go ahead, take out what else we got some red beans and rice over here.
Okay, no, that's a.
Oh, so look.
Yeah.
The interesting thing.
These are salmon bites over pasta. Can I have one of these?
Yes. The interesting thing about Big Bags, the owner, she's from New Orleans, and she's a New Orleans Saints fan.
Man, this catfish.
All right, where is this place? Because I'm not bullshitting you.
Hey Trey, what's the address? What's the address?
Tell me the address.
Camp Creek Parkway? Mm-hmm. Damn. I love the salmon.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh salmon.
This is good.
With pasta, right?
Man, that catfish, the shrimp.
Wow.
Man, I want a catfish.
Damn.
I never had the salmon bites.
Can taste some catfish steak? I can get a piece.
This is the South right here.
Oh, yeah.
This is like.
Oh, man, you got to taste catfish, bro.
What do you think the most.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I can guarantee Steak will be back. He got Shasta Don, Julio, and catfish.
What do you think? What do you think Atlanta does best food-wise?
Everything. Soul food, for sure.
What's her name's over by the Dome? Fried chicken? Soul food. Been there forever. Every mayor and president.
Busy Bees?
Yeah, Busy Bee Cafe, fried chicken.
Hey,
You had the fried chicken over there?
Question: What does Atlanta do the best?
I'll tell you this.
Aaron, could you toss that for me, please?
I mean, we done back out of food.
Dude, that
That
catfish and shrimp, I am like,
Oh yeah.
that is no bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Atlanta Eats needs to cover this place.
Yeah.
I'm not even, wow.
Yeah. Leave
All right.
a contact
Sorry.
form.
I got distracted.
Cause he has a television
Hey, so
show,
nice way to get distracted.
and he does stuff on his Instagram. He has a television show called Atlanta Eats.
Yeah.
He talks about all the top places in Atlanta that people should go.
Are we rolling? We rocking and rolling?
Rolling,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
We rolling.
yeah. We going.
We ain't start. We rolling. This part of the show, man.
No, I hope
We're
it is.
going.
I hope it is.
We going. So
Yeah.
getting started
Yes.
with 790 The Zone.
Yeah.
Like we just spoke with Mike Bill, and he talked about how it was just kind of like a fraternity.
It was wild.
Just like it was.
So
it was just
radio
wild.
back in Atlanta, there were like 5 big radio companies in America, and they owned stations like 40 stations, 60 stations, 80 stations, 30. So Atlanta was filled with like CBS Radio. They had 4 stations, and Clear Channel had 4, and Cox Community. We were this little tiny shitty signal, 790. None of us had I never owned anything. I just wanted to be on air. But I raised the money. You know what happened? You're the guy that got the money. I raised $1 million to start radio because I had friends up in the Northeast that radio was making a lot of money. I didn't know what I was doing, but I said, I want to do a radio deal. He's like, I'll do it. Because when rich guys like that, once they do 2 deals and made money, and they were radio deals, he's like, you go to him with a deal that says radio, he's just going to do it.
Yeah, you're just gonna go ahead and see.
Because it's a hot industry. It's kind of like being in tech at the beginning. Anyway, we didn't know what we were doing, but we just knew what good entertainment was. Like content, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Content is funny. It's entertainment. It's the 5 keys I knew about marketing to men, right? It's a male station. So you need sports. You need, this is like events. I used to say, I don't need to go to Harvard. I know 5 ways to attract men to an event.
Okay, put us on game.
Sports, half-naked women, right? So back then, or all naked women. We did have promotions at everywhere. Bikini contests, cheetah. We did business on the top. I mean, we had, but like men want to see women.
Yeah.
Gambling.
Okay.
Give us something to bet on.
Okay.
Great food.
Okay.
And cocktails. I don't care if you're sitting with the CEO of IBM or you're sitting with a guy that is an electrician. What do all men love? They love food, cocktails, beautiful women. They like to bet on stuff, and they like to have a great drink. And that's how we're simple. Women get all caught up. So we knew it at the Zone 790. On the air, be irreverent. Do it like they're doing in the Northeast. Don't be afraid to be critical. If the Braves win 8 division titles but can't get over the hump, don't be afraid to criticize Bobby Cox. If Vince Dooley's underachieving at Georgia. Back then, the teams hated that shit because they're like, nobody ever in the South goes after, Vince Dooley. And I love Vince Dooley. He ended up working for us at the Zone. But point being, like, why is Florida doing this, and why is Alabama doing this, and why the Braves winning 10 division titles, but every time I get to the playoffs, we're getting eliminated by the Padres, Giants, Cubs, Phillies. There was a stretch 6-7 years in a row where we got eliminated, the Braves, in division playoff or the NLCS by teams that were nowhere near as good as us. That Padres team that beat us, remember that Game 5? We lost at home. Giants beat us. Was it Russ Ortiz? We ended up getting him the next year. He beat us in Game 5. Kerry Wood beat us. The Cubs
beat us.
Right? Mm-hmm. Cubs, Phillies, and Darren Dalton beat us. And it was like, so anyway, my point is, like, we just said we're going to be irreverent and we're going to throw massive promotions. And Atlanta was fucking wild then.
Yeah.
Buckhead was, my buddies would come down and they'd go to out in Buckhead, and they're just like, dude, I'd never seen. And then you go into back streets, Club Anytime, late night, city's on fire, and we just
a good time.
Our guys captured the essence of the city.
Yeah.
Right. We were wild, and it was all about have fun, be a fraternity, go out hard, play hard, and it just worked, right? And I was owning it, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but,
He's having fun.
let me just have a bite of this.
Hey, Trey, this is amazing. You got to taste this.
Okay.
You got to taste this.
What's the name of this place again?
Big Bags Cajun Kitchen.
Damn.
Big Back's Cajun Kitchen.
Yep.
Wow. So
It's good, isn't it? Chicken awesome.
we had a promotion at the Tabernacle for the Falcons are in the NFC title game in Philly.
I was there. I was there at the Tabernacle.
Freezing
I was
cold
at that
day.
game.
We tied
I
it.
was at that.
What,
that
the
event.
2004 game?
I was at that. No, I was at that event.
That was how you were at
Oh
the
yeah,
event.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. That was the biggest event we've ever thrown.
I was there.
There were
Tell us about it.
4,000 people there. We do AFC, NFC. So we offered a $5,000 prize for the bikini winner.
Wow.
Every single hottie from in the Southeast came to Atlanta to participate. So in between games, we'd have in between quarters, we'd have
They were talking.
round one,
It was fun.
and then we'd have a next round. So we had a DJ. And then we had the game on the big screen, the Tabernacle. And then we had 70 of the finest ladies you've ever seen trying to win big money. We knew enough to say, like, if this thing's gonna be big, we need to have a big number on it.
Yeah.
They
$5 grand.
had every show there. That the stews were there.
Yeah, we broadcast from there all day.
It was.
And it was and by the way, when Warwick Dunn scored, I think to tie it. Remember, we were tied in that NFC champion. We played him twice. NFC semifinal game that Travis Claridge held after Mike Vick had that run.
Yeah, I
on the
remember
end zone.
when he took the big hit. When Vic took that
Huge
big
hit. And right, huge hit.
we
Reminds
talked
me of
about
the
that.
hit that Cam took to not was it? Yeah, Cam Newton took from.
Talking about Deion Jones, the
Yes.
hit he took from Deion Jones. Yeah, you remember that NFC Championship game? Crumpler took a huge hit from Brian Dawkins as
Okay.
well. So Vic took a huge hit 2 years
Yes.
before in 2002, and in 2004,
So-
Crumpler took a huge hit.
So Vic takes the hit, and then we gets called back
Yeah.
for holding on Travis Claridge. But then we play him 2 years later. Warwick Dunn scores to tie it. That was the wild. We got video of like 11 Alive was there. Place went. It's like being there live. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But neither one of those teams were get over the hump teams, really. You know,
Yeah.
they were good teams, but we were playing on the road. It was cold.
Yes.
We weren't, we didn't have, like, the Matt Ryan years, you look personnel-wise and you go, like, we got more
We have a
personnel.
team, yeah.
And we're playing inside.
Yeah.
And whether it was, you got Julio and Roddy, and you got Matt, and then you got, what was it when we won the week before the Philly is when we ran for 350 yards, TJ Duckett and Warwick Dunn.
Yeah, well, against St. Louis.
Remember we ran for 350 yards in that game?
Yeah, like, I think it was like either the first or second play of the game. Vic took off and ran for like 50-some yards himself.
It was the Rams. It was at home, right?
Yeah.
Would you say the Michael Vick Saturday night return after injury against Carolina is one of the best scenes ever in the Georgia Dome?
100%. It 100%.
Mike Bell was
yeah.
talking about. He said Vic came out. He was standing.
Yes.
He said,
Dude, there was nothing. I'm sorry. What sucks about doing sports in Atlanta sometimes is we're just not on the radar, Especially now with NBA and NFL. Like, we're not on the radar. I mean, I like what the Hawks are doing. Reese Shea's nice, Dyson, all that. But nobody's talking. Falcons, forget about it. 7 years out of the place. Back then, Mike Vick was the biggest
Yes.
thing in professional sports.
everybody was trying to call you guys and wanted to scoop.
And Atlanta, you did not miss a Michael Vick start. I try to explain, like, there was no way. I got a press pass. I've had it for years. Listen, you get spoiled. You don't have to go to every game. Mike Vick, you do not miss a game.
Yeah, not at all.
And it was just, we just want to be relevant.
100%.
Right?
I think that's why Vic is still loved by so many people for that reason alone. Because it gave the city and it gave a team a certain relevance.
I mean, think about
that
it.
Felt like we didn't.
We've been here 60 years. We never won a Super Bowl. One of the losingest records us and the Saints had, but then they got the monkey off their back.
Yep.
Barkowski was nice. William Andrews was nice. Matt Ryan. Michael Vick was the biggest. You could argue he was Michael Jordan. He was the biggest
what he
star.
He was the Michael Jordan of
Yeah, for 3 or 4. Problem is 3 or 4 years, right? Not 15 years.
Yeah,
but
it was real quick.
Try to explain to people why is Atlanta still so loyal to Michael Vick? He's in, after he went away to prison or whatever. And I said, dude, I want you to think about Tom Brady, like Rochon in New England, and think that you wouldn't have fans who didn't give a shit what the Chargers were. They just love Tom Brady. They love Michael Vick. There's certain stars that resonate the city. Yeah. Michael Vick was the ATL. Yeah. Right?
I agree.
He 100% was.
We had a good run with Dion and Glanville and, Too Legit to Quit and all that.
Don't get me wrong. Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was super, super, super exciting.
I see we thinking the same. We both going back for food.
I'm hungry, dude.
Yeah, nah.
But that wasn't like Michael Vick era. The Michael Vick era.
Michael Vick was great, but I ain't gonna lie though, Deion was great too. Deion was
only
great.
here. How many years was Deion here? 4?
5.
Is that how many?
5 years.
Yeah.
But the difference was Vick had the ball in his hand every time.
You're a quarterback.
Yeah. I think if Deion would have had
Deion, when you shut down half the field, let's be honest, you're waiting for a punt return.
Yeah. No, I used to be
or somebody
so
dumb enough to
excited to see him run a kickoff or a punt return. Like, I live for that.
But it's still one of the great videos of Deion dropping the ball and then picking it up and then
oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. So do you remember did you see that live? Where were you at that time? Were you up north?
Which one? Deion, I was up north. I wasn't.
Were you at college?
What year was it?
Where were you doing that time? That was in the 80s.
Graduating college.
Yeah, okay.
80, I was in New Orleans at Tulane. Yep. But, again, nationally, the Falcons were on the map, right?
No, not in 88. So listen.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't see that, Trey.
Yeah, I know, because they didn't have.
It was blacked out. So how I saw that, I listened to it on the radio. How I saw that, I had to wait till the Channel 5 news come on to see what happened, but I heard it.
Because we were blacked out.
It's blacked out. Oh, you know how I saw it? I saw it on NFL Today, like during the halftime. They said, check out Deion. I saw it on the game they had telecast.
Okay.
And they showed the highlight, and I was like, wow. And I was so mad that we couldn't watch the game.
Are we close to having that kind of mojo with anybody in town right now?
Yes. I think so.
You gonna say Michael Penix?
Yes.
I think so. I think. Well, you know what? If they can just give him the right pieces, they can have it with Trey Young. Like 2021, the excitement.
What do you mean right pieces? He's got Bijan.
Not to my Penix. I'm talking about Trey. I said Trey could be that as well if they give Trey the right pieces.
But you're still point guard. It's hard to be this. I know it's happened with Steph.
We need a big guy. We need an NBA All-Star big guy.
Like a 5, like a center?
5'4".
I think so. I think.
Well, we're on the air right now. Our rookie had 38 last night.
Yeah, he did.
Here's the best news, right? When you're picking number 1 in a year where there wasn't a consensus number 1,
and he's the guy.
you could. It's more than that. He's the guy.
Yeah.
You couldn't look at the draft right now and see you'd want anybody other than Zach Reese-Shea. I don't care if he wins Rookie of the Year. He's 19 years old. In the last 2 months, he's gone north of 30 how many times. He can absolutely stroke it, right? Yeah. He's perfect size for a modern-day NBA.
Plays good defense.
But listen, think how bad you can get fucked if you pick number 1 and don't get it right?
We did it with Marvin Williams was number 2. That sucked. I was mad.
What an ordinary player he was. How about Sheldon Williams over Chris Paul?
Man.
Sheldon Williams over Chris Paul. Or no, sorry.
No, it was Marvin
Williams. Marvin was 3.
Then Sheldon the next year. He wasn't even the best player.
Chris Paul was 3.
And Sheldon, shout out to Sheldon, but he wasn't even the greatest player in his house at that time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Was he married to?
What it is. Candace Parker.
Oh, yeah. So, my point is the good news is that when you are picking last year, you really could have. I know people are like, well, Cooper Flag this year and Paolo Banchero, 2 years ago. Like consensus or Wembanyama. So the last 4 number 1s are Paolo Banchero, absolute friggin' star.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama, generational. Zachary Reese-Shea, and then Cooper Flag. So people would be like 3 out of 4. But I got to tell you, watching Reese-Shea lately, at least we know we didn't screw that up. That's the right guy.
Yeah.
So because that could have gone French kid, 18 years old.
Definitely could have went. As a matter of fact, I thought
You know how many
it
bad
went
number
anyway.
ones or number twos there are, especially in a
All
year?
the time.
What everybody say? Terrible draft.
All the time.
You know, number 10. People are like Dalton Connect could be as good as Zachary.
Yeah, I
Risa
remember they
Shea.
said that shit.
Right? Okay.
I was mad. And then the kid Reed Shepard in
Yes,
Houston, and
yes.
he had
Yeah,
a great summer league.
he was balling
and
in
it was
summer
like,
league.
oh,
Good
they
point.
got it right.
I mean, he was balling
He's
in
going
summer
to be the rookie of the
Yeah,
year.
he was going
and I'm
crazy
sitting here
in
like,
summer league.
what about our guy?
Yeah, he was
Alexander
going crazy in summer
Sarr.
league.
This is the
Man,
ultimate.
forget him. Forget him.
I'm gonna break up with you before you break up with me.
Yeah,
First of all, they never wanted Alexander Sarr, right? He played right across the way. He was
Yep,
staring
right here.
overtime elite, right? And he announces, "I'm not taking a visit with
Why?
the Hawks." Well,
Why?
because first of all, he tried to make it look like I don't want to go to Atlanta. Oh, you want to go to Washington?
Yeah, no, you definitely.
Okay, they weren't going to take him. I know enough people. They were on Risa Shea. They went to the playoffs. They saw Risa Shea play,
And they said that's-
and they,
So they were never going to get Sarr.
never.
I had wanted us to get Sarr.
And by the way, if they wanted Sarr, they would have fucking drafted him.
Yeah,
what's he going to do?
What is he going to do?
listen,
What's he going to do?
I wanted
Sit- you gonna
Not a
sit
damn
out?
thing. Not a damn thing.
Steak. I wanted Czar until he said that. Then I was like,
I know, but now you know that we got that right guy.
Yeah, I mean, now I know.
I know, but no, I mean, but if they thought he was the guy, they would have drafted.
Yeah.
Because that shit would have gone. I mean, like, come on, you're not. Who are you?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
you're gonna
seriously.
sit for a year.
Yeah,
you're already drafted.
you don't have any Manning.
You have
You don't
no
have any
leverage.
Manning father behind
Listen,
you to pull these strings
the
in a league
NBA
to where you can do what you want.
The NBA players have enough leverage with their second deal, and when you're the superstar and then get coaches fired, you got no leverage out of the draft. That's the only time for 4 or 5 years you have to deal with that shit wherever you get drafted, right?
Yeah.
So. You know, Anthony Edwards' first choice was not to go to Minnesota, right?
Nah, definitely was. Couldn't have been.
So I want to say this, and then we're gonna go here. All right, the trade for DeJounte Murray. I look at it now. I feel like we may have come up on the best side of that deal.
Oh my God!
And the reason I say that is, the trade we got Dyson Daniels. I'm not
The
mad.
best side of which part of the deal?
Okay, so when we first did the DeJounte Murray, we gave up 3 first-round picks.
Well, we didn't come up on the best side of that.
Hold on,
part.
let me finish.
Okay.
All right. Everyone was upset. We gave our future away to San Antonio.
Okay.
To get DeJounte Murray. All right. What are the Hawks going to do? We can't get rid of DeJounte Murray. No one wants him. So we end up trading.
Yeah, well, first of all, the experiment failed.
It failed.
DeJounte and Trey,
two ball dominant guards,
and they did not get along.
See, I
And
didn't know that.
Trey's like, why the hell am I going to give the ball to DeJounte?
All right.
Right? Like, DeJounte is a lesser version.
Yeah.
So we fail
On that trade.
miserably.
Failed. Yeah, so everybody was mad.
And we have no leverage.
Yeah, not at all.
One of them was leaving off season. It was either going to be Trey or DeJounte. We have zero leverage. The whole league knows that we're moving on from DeJounte.
Yeah.
All right. So where I'm going is, we get a trade. I wanted what's the guy named
Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram, right.
We ended up getting Dyson Daniels, Larry Nance,
And a number one.
Yeah, and
two
some
number
picks.
ones,
And some picks.
2 number ones, and then the picks were like the Lakers and Brooklyn or somebody else that
Bucks.
the Bucks,
Bucks.
and they both.
Listen, nobody could have imagined that Dyson Daniels had this kind of game.
So now Dyson Daniels is where he is. How do y'all feel about? Do you think we lost out, or do you think
No.
I feel like
Dude, Dyson Daniels is one of the greatest defensive players I've ever seen.
Wow.
He's fucking a menace on defense.
He is.
Nobody's ever had steal numbers like him.
So-
and now he can, like, Quinn Snyder's like, shoot.
and he's hitting his threes.
And by the way, what's he going to look like in 2 or 3 years?
I mean, because he's still young. He's 22 years old.
Wow.
Right.
He's 22
Trey,
years
22.
So now think about
Dyson Daniels
core.
is 22 years old.
Think about core. Jalen Johnson.
Got to stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
All-star.
But let's assume, Risa Shea, 19. Dyson, that's our core, and then there's our superstar in Trey. So, listen, we got to get out of the playing grounds and all that
Definitely.
bullshit. But you can't say that we messed up the pick. No, you can't say we messed up the trade. No, like we could be in a lot worse place than we are.
Because what if Dyson Daniels is?
So we've had some posts, we've had some talks where we talk about do you trust the front offices in Atlanta? Do you trust the Atlanta Hawks? Do you trust the Falcons? I have stated and on record saying I can't say that they built up trust with me. I don't trust them. But I will give Landry Fields his credit.
Last three moves,
when it comes to the Dyson Daniels, I will give him his credit. I will even give him credit with the Karis LeVert and George Niang. Because when I look at the production from those two and what they feel to opposed to just one DeAndre Hunter, we came out better on that end.
Bogey didn't want to play here no more.
Why? What happened?
Bogey was ready to get up out of here, huh?
He didn't like that he wasn't in crunch time. He wasn't starting. Dude, he won. Do you know how many times he didn't suit up last 2 years? And they're just like, what?
Yeah, they're just
right?
like, come on, man.
And then DeAndre, good for him, but they won that trade, I think, overall.
How's DeAndre doing now? I haven't.
He's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine. We had looked it up about a week ago. He was averaging about. So is he starting now? He was coming off the bench. Okay. I know he was averaging like 13 points since he got there.
Yeah, that's fine. It's about what he was here.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And we'll see if he can stay healthy. Because that's the same thing we talking about with Jalen Johnson. It's even a bigger question mark when it comes to DeAndre Hunter. So
all right, can I have another one of these?
Yeah, go ahead. But, we look at it like, man, you trade him to a true contender, and now he's going to go help somebody else win a championship.
Yeah.
But really, in reality, DeAndre Hunter has been what he was for us. We had it out about that. I said,
What are you hanging on to him for? He's here for 5 years.
Yeah.
Was it number 4 pick in the draft?
Number 4 picking it. Number 4 pick in the draft. That we traded. Did we trade up for him?
Yeah, the Lakers. We traded with the Lakers.
Yeah, we traded up to draft him number 4 overall. Yeah, we were like number 8 or something like that. We traded up to get him.
We had the pick we picked Cam, and we had number 8, and we traded up to get with the Lakers.
So the Cam Reddish was out of the trade.
Yeah.
You talk about I'm sorry. You talk about a bum. Cam Reddish.
I thought Cam was gonna be that dude.
He is a bum.
He loved Cam.
Out of college.
That's the funny thing. And I'm gonna call my partner out in front of the whole world. This the funny thing.
Call me out.
This man would call me and argue on behalf of Cam Reddish. I thought he was Cam Reddish's fucking agent. That's how much he loved Cam Reddish. And now, all of a sudden, out the blue, he calls me talking about how he can tell Zachary Richardson is just a much harder worker than Cam Reddish. And I'm like, how do you know that? You don't even know Cam Reddish.
I'll give you a Cam.
Now you want to shit on the man. You don't even know him.
I'll give you a Cam Reddish story. Duke is playing. Remember what that team was? Zion.
Yep.
It was
RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett.
RJ and Cam. Krzyzewski went and gets the 3, like Fab 5 version of Duke. I heard from a coach. They're in the Sweet 16. They're getting ready to take the court on Friday night. When Cam Reddish tells one of the assistants, I ain't right, I can't go. It's my knee.
Whoa.
Right? Can't go. It's like, shit, you can't go? No. They win. He plays in the final 8, right? Now you tell me how banged up you are when you got 1 year in college. This is a do or die game, and you tell your coaches, I can't go. But 36 hours later, you were okay, right? Meaning that's his motor. That's his passion. Knicks figured it out. Lakers figured it out. Hawks figured it out. Cam Reddish is a absolute bust in the NBA, right?
But has the talent.
Dude, I mean, okay. But talent also means passion.
So
it's like...
So let me ask this. So the Sweet 16...
He doesn't have the talent because he can't shoot.
The Sweet 16 game, why didn't he want to play? Was it... Like,
my point is, he didn't want to tough it out.
Oh,
or he had. Yeah, I mean that says something.
It does.
I mean, I don't know. I'm in college for 1 year. We're in the Sweet 16. It's gonna be the last game of this we play, and I'm just bag out. But you're okay 2 days later. If you're okay 2 days later, you probably could have found a way to play.
To give us some.
I'm not telling you he wasn't hurt.
Yeah, to give us some.
But he wasn't injured.
Yeah, my issue with Cam, the reason I didn't want the Hawks to draft him was, okay, Cam is on the team with Zion and RJ. I understand the coach is running the system he's running. You got to do what the coach says. But I saw him defer too many times to RJ and to Zion. And I'm like, man, if you're going to be a top 10 pick, Cam,
it's like,
you can't just keep deferring all the time. Like RJ Barrett, he ain't never met a shot he don't like. And I ain't even been following him since he been to Toronto, but watching him at the Knicks, and dude, he never met a shot he didn't like. And of course, Zion became Zion, right? He just became
Cam Reddish looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. You've heard that.
Damn,
but really?
Man.
Nah, I get it.
You made B. Rich turn on you too, cause this man was fighting for you every single day.
It just shows
Zachary's a better pick. By far.
Oh my God!
Dude.
By far.
Now you want to crap?
By
on him,
far.
Dude, did you see him go for 38
I watched
last
it
night?
Last night, man. I was hoping he missed 2 free throws. He would have had 4.
I know.
He missed
Anyway,
3 free throws.
so
Now you want to crap on him?
Not crapping on him. I'm
this
telling the
thing's
truth.
rocking and rolling. This little thing, this little podcast ain't so little no more, huh?
No. And we never say little. We say the show.
This ain't
Hey,
no
big
little.
things popping, man.
We say the show.
Listen, you dragged my ass to Atlantic Station on a Friday, all right?
Hey,
I mean,
what-
I'm
what's up?
happy to be here.
Man, I'm
right?
happy that you're here.
I didn't know I was going to get fed. You didn't ask me nothing about my favorite restaurants.
Man. We said, look, I see.
This is
I see the guy
really-
that eats. I see the food. We gonna make sure it's some good stuff for here.
This is-
here for you to eat.
You went to a place and I DM'd you. It was a burger spot. It looked really good. I love burgers.
Yeah, well, I got a lot of burger spots. So follow me at Steak Shipiro. At Steak Shipiro. These sandwich burger videos have just blown up. I just go, turn on the camera, 1 minute video, and I'm rating it 1 through 5. People are like, you never rate anybody under 4. Well, I'm only going to the most heralded places. And by the way, here's what I'm not going to do. If I go to some independent place for a burger or a sandwich, I'm just not going to put the video out.
Oh, okay.
They don't need me to, if you ain't a good restaurant in Atlanta, you're going to close on your own. You don't need me to get out there and rip somebody, not some local
That
owner.
makes sense.
So if you're a
I respect
chain,
that.
but I mean, so be like, damn, every time everyone's a 4-3 or 4-5. Well, shit, yeah, I'm going to the Chastain right?
Yeah.
I'm going to NFA Burger.
Yeah.
I'm going to CNS for a lobster club. I'm going to the best places to promote spots.
Yeah.
I had one real shitty place that I reported on. I think it was a biscuit place that's a chain.
Okay.
In West Midtown.
What was that? The chicken biscuit you had? I think I saw one where you had.
It was someplace service was so bad they ran out of all kinds of shit. And I was like, it was a nightmare. We threw the food out. Spent $53. And by the way, nobody gives me free food on that. I'm just going to the great place. Antico Pizza up the street here. But yeah, so my job is to try to promote local operators. And if you suck, I ain't getting on there to do some video to talk shit.
To just bang.
Right.
I respect that.
Yeah, I mean,
This ain't gonna put it out.
because Atlanta, you're not going to be around. You don't need me to help close a place down.
I got you.
This is a great example.
I have much respect for that.
What I'm eating here, this shit is real.
Big Back's Cajun Kitchen.
Yeah, this is going to be my next Atlanta Eats, I think.
Hey,
that's what's happening here.
You get to connect.
I didn't know I was going to get some. What are we drinking? We got some Don Julio.
Yeah.
Y'all need to
We got
give us a check for that.
Yeah.
For real, you laughing? Well, we dead.
I think I'm just going to be a regular every once a month.
Do
I'll
it.
just
Come on,
roll in
let's do
here.
it.
You
Let's
invited.
do it.
You're
We get a
invited.
meal.
All right,
We have a
let's
little
go.
next thing we have to do is go to Magic City and have the wings.
Let's do it. Look, that's done. We're
gonna do
make
it.
that.
So
You
who's
tell me
going?
We'll schedule.
We
The whole
all
crew
going.
just.
Definitely
We
going.
going. Doug's going. We're gonna go.
My man right here looking like.
Hey, I want to go.
I mean, right now,
Big Back said, I'm going.
He like, I'm going.
Did you ever used to go? So now the daytime club though is one of those on Cheshire Pure Platinum or whatever it is. There used to be Follies. Do you know Follies?
I remember
do know
Follies.
Follies.
Was that-
A
was
friend
that
of
one?
mine used to
Dude,
live in
daytime-
Follies. Shout
Dude,
out to Chad.
Do you know at daytime they'd have 200 cars there?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
they had the metal detector and every Spanish dude, black dude,
Follies was that place.
businessman,
Daytime.
and they're checking dude, 2:25 in an afternoon. You walk in, and you're like, oh shit, what's going on here, right? Holy! And now there's one of those places, I guess, on Piedmont.
Okay.
Right? But, I think Follies was the #1 daytime club in America, I heard.
Wow.
Well, dude, it was, yeah. Follies closed down.
I used
End of
I
an
used to
era.
have a few partners we would go to.
Oh,
Follies,
yeah?
man. Yeah.
But Magic City, how many white people are in Magic City? What white businessmen? They ever?
when I was in Magic City, I've never seen any. To be honest with you, I've never seen that
You never
one.
seen a white man in Magic City?
I've never seen anybody white.
I think you'll be the first one.
What?
And listen, it must have just been the night
All
that
right,
I went.
Here we go.
We have a good time, man.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just
Nah,
asking.
you with us, man. You with
I'm not-
WP, man. You gonna
I'd be
good.
fine. You guys be great to take me. Listen, I've talked to plenty of white people in the Magic City. That
Yeah,
it
of
doesn't
course.
matter. But Atlanta's weird. Black club, white club, black bar, white bar, black. Sometimes we are a mosaic, but a lot of times it's why do we get labeled one or the other, right?
I get
And
you.
it's and everybody's to blame. It's white people. It's oh no, that place is that's a black place now.
Yeah.
And then black people are no, dude, that's all them white people, Buckhead people. I don't
Yeah.
want to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
So But ideally, if we're the city, we're too busy to hate.
100%.
I'm not saying we hate, but it is split up a lot of times, black and white
I
restaurants.
want to say something since we're on that subject. All right, so I know when you first initially hit us, you said we want to talk about the history of Atlanta radio, which I still want to get into.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you are responsible for hiring two of our favorite guys that are mentored, like we kind of look up to them.
Yeah.
The two live stews.
Yes, Ryan and Doug.
Tell us about that, man.
Well, Ryan and Doug pitched us doing their show, kind of like you two guys doing this right here. They used to do it together, and I don't think they had podcasts or online. But Ryan had graduated Georgia Tech, and then Doug is his brother, and they just always were talking shit to each other and doing sports, and started doing overnights. We had a program director who was like, just put them on at night and let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
And it was viral.
Yeah.
At night.
I remember they got into
the perfect show at night. Mm-hmm. And then you realize this ain't for just night. This is like this is a primetime deal. Mm. And then they got on midday. We put them on in Atlanta. And by the way, we also started L. Duncan's first job was
shout out to L.
790. Bruce Pearl first broadcast job was 790.
Wow.
David Pollock's first gig was 790. Obviously, all the guys are on the air now at 680, and Kincaid up in Philly, and all these first jobs were. I'm trying to think who else we started in the business.
Started a lot of people.
Yeah. Dennis Scott, 3D overnight.
I remember Dennis Scott. Yeah, I remember Dennis Scott.
He'd be. I'll tell you, get a contact high from being in that studio at night when Dennis. Shit, we were like, and again, we didn't care. Like, you know, now if you were corporate, we weren't corporate. We didn't get, it's like, dude, just be entertaining. But I'm like, you walked in that studio, you were fucking stoned out of your mind walking out of there. Just from the, contact high, right? So the stews just took off because sports talk radio was so white everywhere else. Everywhere. And in Atlanta, it's like, how can you be a station in Atlanta? That other station is still like, got that, the beauty of 92.9 is it is the mosaic of Atlanta. I know the percentages, 50% white, 50% black, great signal, all that stuff. Don't get me started too much on the other station because that is not the case in terms of audience, right? But Two Live Stews brought a different energy of culture, and dude, they exploded.
They did.
They're at Sports Illustrated. They were on First Take. They were up there with Stephen A.
Yes, they were.
And I think they would tell you they leaned in so hard on the Mike Vick that, Mike Vick wasn't really a controversy at its core. They were ripping Arthur Blank. Like, Michael Vick's in federal prison. Arthur didn't put him there. Like, the feds put him there.
Yeah.
And what are you mad at Arthur for? And everything was about Mike Vick to a point where we just said, listen, we got to move on sometimes. Everything's not about race. Like, let's just have fun with other stuff. And I think they would admit that, like, it became so every angle had a race angle to it. And I think people listen to sports talk for the joyfulness of it. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear about Trump. They don't want to hear about Kamala. They don't want to hear. They want to talk about, was Risa Shea a great pick? Or what's the best trade in Falcons history? Or is John Abraham the best free agent? And when it gets to be divisive, so that's not, listen, they were a phenomenon. The reason they don't have a gig since then, you'd have to get into them and have their angle on it, right? Having worked next to them, I have my own thoughts on why it may or may not have happened. But at the time, no show ever got bigger. And no show has ever been bigger in a local market than they were. They were national news.
We looked up to the Two Live Stews. We still do. Two Live Stew, to be honest, when I went to one of their remotes, I forget what car dealership they had, but they had a remote at a car dealership somewhere up near Alpharetta. I drove way up there for it. And that was really the moment that I first said to myself, man, this would be something fun.
Well, you guys have
that would be something fun.
You're like a modern day version on the podcast side of it. And I think you can learn from what they did right, and you can learn from what they did wrong, right? Because we haven't seen them on the air in a long time, right? And so there's lessons to be learned from that, right? And I think the joyfulness of why people want to come. People are reaching out to you. Let's be honest, you didn't reach out to me, right? I reached out to y'all.
I reached out to you when we first started.
Oh, I don't remember. Did
no
you?
one knows you.
Well, shit, no one knew you then. No.
He was a liar.
Playing.
Aaron was a liar, man. He didn't never know Steak, man.
I don't. No. But I just. I mean, I think it's a credit to what you guys are doing. You're tapping into something, right?
Yes.
And I think that's awesome. And listen, I'm used to regular radio. I love having one of these in front of me and being able to just have a conversation.
All right, well, y'all hear it first. Steak is going to get us on the radio. Thank you, Steak. We would love to get on 92.9.
Yeah.
I know that Mike Conti, he's the guy. But I think you.
How about bringing you guys in to do segments with us?
Hell yeah.
Right?
Let's do it. No,
bring in the Waterboyz.
For sure.
Let's do it.
But I mean, you don't need a radio. You got what you have.
But we want to do it.
It'll be fun.
It's something we want to do.
Our show would be a fun place to do it.
I would love to be able to speak to Sandra.
Right? And by the way, that is the big ass signal. That 790 The Zone had the worst signal in radio history.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Dude, AM little fucking bandbox. Like you couldn't hear shit outside the perimeter.
Yeah.
But
I'm not going to lie. When I was a pharmaceutical rep driving up.
Yeah, you couldn't hear it after.
No, Winder and Athens, I had a clear signal.
Oh. Well,
but I mean, you're right though. In the city, it was
so 92.9 is a monster.
Yes,
that signal, that shit, you can hear in Savannah. You can hear it up at the lake. No, dude, that signal is a monster.
In the Odyssey app, like to be honest, I catch you guys shows on the Odyssey app a lot.
That's it.
Like, that's why I listen.
So we're gonna decide every couple of months. We'll call it the lunch hour or something. We're gonna eat. We're gonna drink. I'll be kind of like one of your, side pieces, right?
I don't know if
I'm going to be a side piece. Hey now, and we'll sample. We'll give pub to different. Hold on, let me.
You're good restaurant, but look, I'm gonna
hold on, because let me do a little content here.
Go ahead.
So
yeah, and you have figured it out. He has figured out the
we're
content.
filming the podcast, right?
Yeah,
100%.
And the crew's here. There we go.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, Waterboyz. But like we're eating right here, this salmon pasta, this chicken pasta. I just crushed some catfish, and we decided I'm gonna be their side piece, eating every 2 months.
Yeah, it's all good. And the food we had today is Big Back's Cajun Kitchen. Big Back's Cajun Kitchen.
Stay tuned. We're gonna try some of them lemon pepper Lou. At Magic City. Next stop, lemon pepper.
There we go. That would be fun. So, but I'm not kidding. This is a great way to promote. That's how it should be. I don't know why I'm the only one drinking.
Well, me, I quit drinking.
Oh, good for
I'm
you.
drinking.
How long?
3 years now.
He was a
How was it? Stopping.
Hard. I think about drinking every day.
You do, but
yeah, I do.
But you're in a program?
No, it wasn't that far, but I was at the point where I knew I needed to go ahead and just.
Good for you, dude. Nothing.
And to be honest, now that I'm doing this, I tell my wife all the time, I quit at the right time because I would be off the fucking rails if I was drinking. It's not like I probably would be in fights. It probably be all kind of people pissed off with me. There's no telling what I would be saying.
I tell you
like straight up.
He's a rapper.
Yep.
He had a mixtape called A Liquor Store Mascot. Mm-hmm. That's what he called himself. Yeah. Now. Can I tell the story, man, or leave it alone?
What story? It depends.
In Tallahassee.
No, man. I don't know why you always want to tell that.
I used to just. I'm getting better.
Come on.
I'm getting better.
He wants to tell this story. One of my low moments in life.
Everybody usually who stopped drinking has a moment.
Well, it wasn't a drinking story for me. It was I got disrespected story. But
no, he was drunk. He had drunk a whole bottle of Goose.
No, I didn't. But go ahead.
Do you
remember your last drink? You remember your last drink?
Yeah. New Year's Eve when the Georgia beat somebody.
Not Ohio State.
Ohio State. That was New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
that was 3 years ago.
On New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it was 3 years. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah. Georgia played.
I give you credit.
Georgia played and beat somebody, and that's the last drink I had. So those the last drinks that I had because I didn't have just one drink.
So that was so it's been.
I said go dog.
So it's been willpower.
So I'm gonna say this. No, I didn't get to a point where I felt like I needed a program. Wasn't at that point. It was just a point where I felt like I needed to just move on.
No, that's perfect.
And I was definitely more than just a social drinker, but it was just time for me to.
Your wife must be proud of you.
You know what, she is. And I'm going to be honest. I kept saying the first 2 years that I'm going to have a drink for my 50th. So my 50th birthday party was December 30th, this past December. And I kept saying yeah, I'm gonna take a couple years off, but I'm gonna have a drink for my 50th. But then I got a phone call from a good friend of mine. I won't say his name, but he was like, Trey, congratulations, man. And I was like, yeah, man, the show doing well. He said, nah, that's not what he said, congratulations on that. But I want to congratulate you on stopping drinking. He said, when I heard you say that, I decided I'm gonna quit drinking. And so just to hear somebody I'm cool with say that, I said,
It's one of the most difficult things for so many people.
Yeah, so.
And they cry and they fall off and they try. For you to be able to do it cold turkey.
I ain't gonna lie, I definitely be wanting to drink. But like I said, when he said to me that, he was gonna go ahead and give it up, I said, well, why am I gonna throw away two? And
by the way,
like
you know how that they have an expression, rewind the tape. You know where it's gonna end up a lot of times, right? There's casual social drinkers or people, and then there are people that know. It's like why would I have one or two drinks? Like I'm gonna have 12, or I'm gonna have 0.
Yeah, it's no point in having one drink. What are we having one drink for?
Right. We'll have a soda.
Makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Just give me some water. Yeah, exactly. Like,
I'll have a soda if I want to have one drink.
What are we doing that for? But yeah, he
good for you.
He loves to tell this story.
No, I don't tell the story. It's cool.
I don't need to hear it. I get it. I'm impressed.
I'll tell y'all off the camera.
All right.
Yeah, but just know it was his fault. But
well, I hope have we been.
Blame it on the alcohol. I was with him.
All right.
It was funny.
So next time I'm here, we'll talk about some of this other stuff.
So look, two things. One thing I want to say about you reaching out to us that I want to say thank you for, because you have been a part of the fabric of sports talk radio here in Atlanta. You went and we're gonna talk about Bo Bach as well. You and Bo Bach and all the guys over there at 790. But for me, and I don't know if I ever told B Rich this, when I saw you reach out, I felt like, well, hey man, we definitely are doing something right, because he has hired and brought in some of the best talent in the game, sports talk radio. So if we're doing something where he wants to come on our show, we're doing something right. Like that alone spoke volumes to me.
The one thing I know is how to hire talent, and it's so obvious to me because I had so many people in front of me looking for jobs when I ran 790 and I know everything about sports. All my friends tell me, and I'm always like, are you funny? Are you entertaining?
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of friends? Like, can you tell a good story? Like, I don't give a shit about how much you know about, like, entertainment. And I watch you guys' clips and I listen to your stuff. And this is entertainment. This is not about, I know more about sports than you. Who gives a shit? I can pick up my phone and know anything I want to know about a game last night in terms of stats. Mm-hmm. And, that's why you have the opportunity you have. You sound, and by the way, you sound exactly the same off the air as on the air. And I always tell guys, why do you get on the air? Falcons last night, they lose 31-17. Michael Vick goes 17 for 25 with 2. I was like, dude, what the fuck is that? Like, we just were talking normal.
Yeah.
It's time the Falcons make a decision once and for all on what they're going to do at the cornerback position instead of being have a conversation.
I was listening this morning, and it's like it's what you just said. I was about to say, I feel like you're having a conversation with me right there.
Right.
It feels like a conversation.
Yeah, be yourself.
And it's like...
Yeah, and then it reminds you...
It made me want to call in. That's why I called in this morning.
Yes.
I was like, I got to call in.
Well, it's like... Oh, yeah, that reminds me of when in 2004 we were over at, the Tabernacle and this crazy-ass party. Like, makes you think of a story. Or, like, we don't even have an agenda here. There's no outline. It's like like-minded people having a conversation. So that's what jumped out at me about you guys. And that's why the real, the Stews had that about the two of them. Mike Bell, talent at the highest level. Hired Mike, hired Kincaid. Hired the other guys, every guy in that other station. I hired every one of them. L. Duncan from ESPN, Chris Cotter from ESPN, David Pollack from ESPN.
I remember when David Pollack was
They all came. Tony Barnhart, they all came through.
Wow.
So, anyway.
I don't mean to mention the competition.
No, it's fine.
But a person that I do like, and I just asked him about was, I don't know how you, I would think you have a good relationship with Chernoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but was Chernoff with you guys?
Yeah, we hired him.
Yeah, Chernoff was
he's had a great run.
I love it. I was watching something. I'm like, man, I really thought he was the next dude for TV.
National.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was set up. He was definitely
I
set
really
up.
thought
He
he was
was
the
the
next
one
dude.
doing reports from the Falcons camps and everything. He was on TV. He was definitely set
Yeah.
up to be that.
Listen,
looked like he was
there's a
gonna be
lot
that
of
guy.
talent in Atlanta. I had opportunities to go to ESPN or go back to Boston or dude, being a local talent. Why would I want to live in Bristol, fucking Connecticut, and be on TV, like, reading off us, like, being on the air talking radio in your hometown?
No, I
where
can tell you
live?
love it. I mean, I generally like how people feel our energy. People feel our arguments. They like know it's genuine. When I hear you on the radio, and I've heard you even when you was with Bo Bach back in the day.
Yeah, with AJ, Bo and AJ.
It was. I could tell you love what you did.
Well, listen, I got 3 kids, and I own a business called Bread and Butter Content Studio, and I own a company called Atlanta Eats, and I have CEO stuff I got to do just because I've always known that radio. You could listen. They fired my ass at 680 during COVID, right? No problem. Just
I'm
like
sorry,
you
man.
make too much money, you're done. Like if I didn't have another gig. I got kids I got to support and take. Like so, I've never let radio be my only job for that reason.
Yeah.
So I tell you all that not to say I'm cool because I own companies. I've owned companies in Atlanta. The most fun part of the day is 9 to 11 a.m. I get in that studio with Sandra or Rusty that's so fun. I still can't believe I get paid. My buddy's like, you talk all that shit and they pay you? You've been talking that shit for 50 years since we were 10 years old, right? You're talking all that shit. I said, I know you believe these people pay me to go on there and tell me where I had a cheeseburger last night and I get paid to talk about that.
Paid to do it.
So Steak, like I was a manager. I used to manage him, manage BOB. And I was talking to Doug last night, and we was talking about this, and he's like, man, I see it coming. We went to this event down at State Farm Arena last night. It was like Black Creators event.
Yeah.
And I told him last night, I said, man, the difference is, man, I love what I do.
Right.
I love doing this. I
feel blessed. When I was 8 years old, I wanted to be on the radio. I turned on the radio. I heard him talking about sports in Boston, one of the first cities ever to do sports talk. This is when I was 8, right? Yeah. So 1975, 77. I was like, dude, those fucking dudes are getting paid to sit there. And it's coming through in my memory. I go to bedless. And when I drive into 92.9, I say a little prayer every time and say, be grateful. Remember that how lucky you are that you are an 8-year-old kid and now you got a 100,000-watt station. Wow. You got tens of thousands of people that listen to you. You better than never. It's like if someone come up and want to take a picture or, recognize me from TV and my kids will be like, does that get annoying ever, Daddy? I was like, the day that's annoying is the day that you lose everything.
You lose everything.
Like annoying. I mean, that's what I wanted when I was 8 years old.
And you got it.
And I moved to Atlanta. Atlanta's giving me everything.
So let me ask you this.
Right?
And be honest. Be honest.
Yep.
Don't lie.
Yep.
2016. Atlanta Falcons versus New England Patriots. Who did you want to win?
So it's hard when you grow up in Boston because it's in your blood. But they had already had 4 titles. And I lived in Atlanta. Matt Ryan's a friend of mine, Arthur Blank. I knew what it meant for the city, and I wanted the Falcons. But I wasn't crazy Falcons. Because here's the problem. When you grow up somewhere, it's in your blood.
It is.
So, I was not rooting against the Falcons. I hated that Super Bowl. I said play anybody but the Patriots, and for the Patriots, play anybody but the Falcons. But don't play each other, right?
You had to go.
So I hated it, and I was on the air for 2 weeks in Atlanta, and I didn't pretend like people knew. I've been talking about Brady for years, but of course not. What it did to this city, the devastation, and what it would have done, and the business side of it, what it would have done for this city.
Would have won?
I never even thought about the business.
What it would have done. Oh, dude, if you're in sports radio and you win a Super Bowl and the energy around that and knowing Matt and Arthur. So I'm not going to lie to you and say, I was devastated the same way as old school AT aliens. What is it?
That's what we are.
Yeah.
AT aliens. Man.
Right.
100%.
Devastated.
But, and I love the Falcons. But I'm also, listen, we're a lot of us for transplants. I mean, so... I'm a big Celtics fan. Some of my best friends work over at the Hawks, and I'm at the Hawks games all the time. I love them. But I always say, who you were a fan of when you were 12 or 10. It's in your fucking blood.
It's gonna stick with you.
It's in your blood because that's when every minute of every game, like I watched every game growing up. You know, there wasn't no like Sports Center. There was no highlight on TikTok. My son just watches the highlights on TikTok. I watched every game. I'd sit down for Red Sox games 3 hours, no problem. Yeah. 11 years old. No fucking 11-year-old sitting there watching 3 hours of baseball right now.
Yeah.
Right?
No, not at all.
Even my kid who's a basketball fan, he's fucking watching TikTok, getting the highlights the next day.
My youngest son, who's 10, he's not watching 3 pitches.
Right.
He's going to see the first pitch and say, you know what?
I'll watch the highlights.
Something on TV.
Yeah, so.
I'm watching something else.
So, you know, I just did not want them to play each other. I hated that. And I live and die with the Falcons every Sunday. I'm there most games, right? And I love that they're in the NFC and AFC, so I got 2 teams I root hard for. But that Super Bowl was awful for so many reasons, right? But anyway, all right.
So I know you got to go. Right.
I mean,
get you another shot. I want to ask you this, and try. I know you may have. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because I do want. Speaking of Matt Ryan, I do want to ask you this: what do you feel like you being a friend of Matt Ryan, but not just a friend? You watching Matt Ryan over the years and seeing his impact and what type of player he was and the type of person that he is. What impact do you feel Matt Ryan will have on Michael Penix?
Listen, I think that Matt Ryan is still underappreciated in the town, right? And it's not his fault because he followed Michael Vick. And Michael Vick's the most popular player that's ever lived, right?
Yes.
So I'll just say about Matt Ryan, when you don't have him, now we see what you have, right? So we never thought about quarterback for a decade.
Yeah, a lot of years.
I heard a lot of shit talking about Julio's making him and his arm ain't strong enough. And dude, we were in the mix all the time. Mike Smith was in the mix. Dan Quinn was in the mix. Like, we were always in the mix. So Matt Ryan is the most professional, most down to earth, but fierce competitor, right? He's not the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't think he's going to make the Hall of Fame. I think you can make a case he could, right? If he had a Super Bowl, he'd probably make it.
You don't think he's going to make it? I think he's going to make it.
I think Stafford makes it because he got the Super Bowl, and Stafford's last.
Makes it.
He's got the numbers, first 10 years of his career. I think it'd be great for Michael Penix. Michael Penix is a mature kid, though. I mean, Michael Penix is, people around him already say, that kid is older. Yeah. He's poised. He's played a lot of football games. It's Matt Ryan to teach him, you know, that only a guy that plays 14 years can teach you about.
Wow.
But listen, the Falcons are so damn fucking lucky that he's here and that they drafted him, because after what happened last year, last 3 years, you freaking threw out Marcus Mariota and told us we're going to be okay. Then you threw out Desmond Ridder, that shit, and said we're going to be fine. I sat there at press conferences with Arthur Smith, like, we like this guy. Fucking disaster. And then you put us Kirk Cousins. And you talk about losing your fan base. You talk about losing hope. Imagine if we if we didn't have Michael Penix, what the hell would we would be out of 32 teams looked at as like 28th in the league. But guess what? You got Penix, you got Bijan, you got Drake, you got Mooney.
Mm-hmm. You got Ray.
Why you ain't saying Kyle Pitts?
Ray. Because I've watched him for 4 years.
Do you think he?
No, I mean, he is who he is, right?
You don't think the chemistry that him?
It's like saying, you know, you ever go with a girl and think she's going to change, and think she's going to change, and like the same crazy ass shit you have been dealing with. That why is he going to change?
Wow.
I mean, he is who he is. But Michael Penix gives us hope, and everybody that's been around him says he is the real fucking deal, right? He throws a ball.
That made me feel good.
Dude, he throws a ball as pretty as anybody. You heard what
Justin Simmons just said something about him.
Mm. What he said?
He just said that
I heard
when they first got in camp, he saw him make one of the throws. That he said it's one of the best throws he's ever seen.
He said, dude, I've been in practice my whole life. I never seen somebody make throw like that. So that's it. That's a wrap, right? We gotta, because I have to go to carpool at some point.
Let me ask you one last thing.
Well, please
not really. I'm not going to carpool with. Okay. Yeah, somebody else.
I mean, hey, no judgment.
No, somebody else want to carpool today.
No judgment zone.
This is a safe space.
Hey, look, I do just, if you could speak to this real quick. Can you speak to Bo Bach and what he meant to the city of Atlanta?
I mean, Bo Bach was the greatest entertainer before anybody was entertaining. I mean, Bo Bach was on TV. I watched those tapes. what do we say about like you have to be funny and you have to like be over the top and you have to be an entertainer? Bo Bach is an entertainer, right? Like he let other things get in the way of his growth of his career later on, you know. And you got to let shit go, and you got to work with corporate sometimes, you know, and you got to deal with the suits or whatever that is. But in terms of talent, Bo Bach made the format. He was right.
Wow.
Who else was on TV doing what he was doing, right? What did you think of Bo Bach?
Man, I thought Bo Bach was really dope.
I look at Bo Bach like a Chuck Dotto. Like Chuck Dotto was.
But Chuck played it more straight. Bo Bach was wild,
He was
man.
funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
That voice.
Chuck
No,
Dotto's awesome. I love Chuck, but he's not funny.
What I mean
Bo
by
had
that
the
is,
voice, too.
what I mean
He
by
had
that is
the
a
voice.
staple of Atlanta
Yes.
sports. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
not saying the same.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
Chuck
just
Dowdle
had-
and Bo Bach were sports in Atlanta,
Yeah.
right? I agree.
Yeah.
All right. We do enough here? We happy?
Yeah, we good, man.
I know. Who'd you say was your best guess? It was a.
I like. I mean,
It was.
go ahead.
receiver coach.
Terry Rubisky. Terry Rubisky was probably definitely up there. If not
I bet
the best interview, the most
my ass
surprising.
better be in the top 10 after this.
Oh, you definitely-
I'll tell you
definitely-
that right now. My ass better be in the top.
No,
Never
look, this is
did
the
this.
first time anybody's ever taken a drink or eaten on the show.
And guess what?
And so
It's a
this
good
is the first
format.
time. Yeah.
You ever watch the Wing format, or you watch Bill Maher or Joe Rogan? Those guys are smoking weed on camera and smoking
Okay.
cigars and
Yeah.
doing
I
it.
think we gotta make this a habit.
Yep.
I like
Okay.
this.
We'll do this with every couple of months, and because there's hours of stuff we didn't talk about, right?
Look,
Yeah.
Now y'all hear him. Y'all hear him. Don't just say that.
And he has committed. We going to Magic City.
Yeah.
It's our limit pay. We just need to figure that out. We really
So
need to
that's
figure
gonna
that out.
happen?
I want to do that.
I'm gonna put us on a group text, and we're gonna be.
Yeah, every couple of months.
All right, cool.
We have lunch
Yeah.
on a Friday. We have a little Cavassier, right?
Okay.
And then maybe we think about Magic City.
No, we're going to Magic
we
City.
going to Magic City.
We're going to Magic City.
We're going to do a food review, and that's
Well,
it.
you're driving. You're
it's
driving.
fine. That's fine.
You'll have a couple of drinks, right?
I'll drink with you.
All right. Thank
That's
you guys
fine.
for having
He's
me.
gonna fall out after one. Hey, well, he's gonna fall after one drink.
He don't
well,
drink?
look, I mean, he does, but he's not a drinker like that.
All right.
I'm
That's
not
good.
a professional.
Yeah.
I'm not a liquor store mascot, but I get some. I
Yeah,
knock
yeah,
some
that's
down.
good. Yeah, he likes Bud Light. One of the few people I ever met who likes Bud Light. Hey, but look, Atlanta, we always say this. We always have to let you know. We represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us. So on behalf of myself, Trey from the Waterboyz, Steak Shipiro, my partner B Rich, and Aaron Whoa Pittman, the Waterboyz Show, we are out.
Kill the camera.